Hello, everyone, and welcome back to week 5 of Challenger League. Today we have a Guilty Gear Strive. I am Gill on my right, and I will be commentating today with my friend Voa here. I'll be doing analysis, I'll be doing play-by-play, and we are just super happy to be here.
Yep, we are indeed. We've got a series of really good Guilty Gear matches here for you. I believe our first matchup is going to be Mick Oro, who has been on a absolute tear, going 6-0 so far in their group, I believe, against Celeb, who is the one thing stopping them between getting a clean sweep and having to deal with that Eno play.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, this even at the very basic level, you can see that Eno has that problem, right? That sort of, I wouldn't say bad neutral because I don't think she has bad neutral, but she has a neutral that is entirely dependent on the movement, right? Which can be definitely something that is hard to sort of like work around or keep it creative, keep it unpredictable. And on the other side, you have Ram who just command the screen with the FRS, with the jumping S, and all these buttons, even the 6P to react to things. Especially because in this case, the 6P will beat both the stroke and the jumping buttons if thrown at the right time. So yeah, it's looking like something that I definitely would like to watch to see if Celeb can find the solutions. Then we're going to have 2 more sets. Do we want to talk about them now? Do we want to talk about them later? Sinjo, up to you. Okay, so we also will have Steel Devil against Duda Manta Ray. So that will be, at least on on the posters on paper, it will be a Soul against a Leo. Definitely 2 characters that don't need any blocking or any thinking. No, I'm joking, but 2 characters that they can definitely shape their own game with very little consideration for what the opponent does, at least if played correctly. And then we will have a Nifan Nexus against the KOF Madness. KOF Madness, as the name says, is a KOF player, but also plays other games. So that will be a Chip against Pop. What can you tell us about this matchup, Boa?
The matchup is incredibly frustrating to play as a Potemkin. You struggle the entire game to try to land that one hit that will get you the kill on Chip. It's one of these ones where you are essentially the cat trying to catch the mouse the entire time while it stabs you with thousands of tiny knives. That being said, Potemkin weirdly has a couple of good options against some of the stuff that Chip does against other characters because of his width. Potemkin is wide enough that a lot of Chip's cross-up shenanigans will get clipped by a 6P on the same side that he starts from, where it wouldn't work against other players. Now, there's a few other things in that matchup I'll call out as they occur, but it's not as bad as it looks initially. As long as Pot can get 2 hits in, that's it, Chip dies. Like a 2H counter hit, a 6P with the CS to start him up into Garuda impact shenanigans, or even just landing a single Potbuster really shifts the balance of that match. That being said, hitting those is the problem.
Yeah, and speaking of Podbusters, that's actually an interaction that a lot of people seem to forget. The common grab, the leaf grab that Chip does is quite reactable if you're looking for it. And if you, instead of jumping where he has, the 3-frame jab that might anti-air you, you take the backdash, that's a guaranteed Podbuster. And that's something that will hurt Chip, especially,
yeah. Oh yeah, if you like Chip and Milia are in that realm of I've hit you with 2 Potbusters, you are now dead. And that's it, they have no other recourse to it. That being said, if the Chip thinks you're going to backdash when he does leaf grab, he has a lot of options, and even just RCing out of the leaf grab when he sees you backdash means that you get opened up for a punish. The Pot's options are limited, but if you can exploit them, you can do a lot. Okay.
And also, while the game starts, I would like to remind you that this is a league made up of several weeks. I want to say 7 weeks, depending on the game and the size of the bracket. And then there will be a final phase as well. So there's a ton of content to be looking forward, not only for Stripe, but also for other 3 games, which are Rev2, KOF 2K2 UM, and UniCLR. So plenty of content coming to you from to BCU community. But we go into the game.
Ooh. Both of them trying out with a low poke to start. SPD doing good work there. Not matched out of by Nick. Nick? Yeah. There's that use of the far S to try and just establish space, and good use of SBT to go underneath it. This is one of the things, like you called out before. 6P is a key button here, but if the Ram doesn't exploit it, Eno has a lot of options to get underneath it and get around it. Good use of blue RC to try and establish, like, slow down space. Wow. What the hell?
I've never seen that happen. I didn't think it would be possible. What is that interaction?
She did feckin' dive and it went under. Maybe it's just the terms the active frames aren't that active and Eno froze just outside of the range and is dead. Ram just pumping out the damage there in the end of the round.
Yeah, and going back to Stroke, Stroke can also go under, far S at some ranges, at some timings. They can definitely low profile jumping S as well. So she does have the options, but it's just a matter of, the damage that Ram can do and the control of the character with no reversals.
Yep, and a lot of characters tend to use quick dash out. Another good wall break there from Mick. Tend to use quick dash out with shield, and that's the first game down to Mick, showing how they managed to get this far in a 6-0 matchup. But yeah, that was one of the things that we were talking about, is like Eno's unorthodox movement means that she really has to hard select what she's going to do. She either has to SBT or air dash out of a lot of things, and neither of them will get her out of explosion in the corner. She actually is one of the few characters with good mobility that has to hold that when it happens to her.
Yeah, and on the other side, you also have the throw side. I'm assuming that was the H stroke.
Yep, the H stroke is a little bit longer in terms of its length. I'm reckoning that's how Mick was able to react to it. And there it is again! Mick showing that he knows the matchup, knows, like, I know what you're going to do, I know what your shenanigans are, I've prepared.
Oh, the burst bait, but no punish. Still a lot of bar to be working with, and the common grab is also an option here. It doesn't use it, reset to neutral, and now you're struggling.
Ooh. Even with all that risk cracked up, Mick is still going off on the offense. Once you're in the corner, Ram just mixes you for free. There's not much you can do about it.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, if you have a full meter against a character like Ram that doesn't have meter with no reversals and you're in her face, you don't want to reset to neutral. Don't.
Good wall break there, going in with the positive meter. We might see a very cheeky dash grab here. Rayoli was very good for them in I believe it was the first week of gameplay. Ooh, I think that might have been an OS anti-grab tech, but instead just opens themselves up, and I think that might be it.
Oh, the key jump out, still alive. A lot of meter to be working with. Counter hit. No, didn't get the full conversion.
Really good blocking out of Mick there. Really good presence of mind to, like, see where the air dash is coming in and then just get the double jab out.
Yeah,
like, excellent blocking.
Unfortunately for a couple of key drops from Celeb, because they weren't far from closing that game, especially with the double bar, you can convert into a super, you get a wall break, and then you have, one mix-up touch, and she is the character for the mix-up. But the pressure now from Mick.
Yeah, Mick's responses to all these SPT stroke of victories has been excellent the entire time. Really good throw reversal there. I think what we're seeing here is, like, Mick knows this matchup and knows where and when they can, like, push their offense. What do you think on this?
Yeah, absolutely. And right now that should be a kill. Celeb taking the first round. Yeah, I was about to say, and I think Celeb is missing some key points. Like the Rekka cancel is actually punishable, but I've seen it at least a couple of times from Mick, so that is not getting challenged exactly there. You cannot throw there, like you are minus 12 or minus 10 or something, but your opponent has to know and has to press button.
We're seeing, like, it's hard to really get a gauge for what the neutral is in this game because both these characters play such dominant neutral, but in completely different spheres. Like, Ram wants you to be grounded at far S range, or in the corner where she can just do her nicks. Eno, meanwhile, kind of wants you mid-screen to get shenanigans going, or in the corner where she can start threatening command grab.
Yeah, I would like to see, especially when they're like full screen, some more notes from Celeb to try and establish this neutral, get some help at establishing this neutral, because right now Mick is all over them.
Mm-hmm. This is looking like another go-through, unless if Celeb's defense is hard enough to get through this Mick, and it is not, unfortunately. It's a threatening thing. When Ryan runs at you, you just expect her to be doing run-up grab, because it's so threatening for her.
Yeah, 3 matches in a row right now for Mick. And I was a little bit sad to see that Celeb is getting overwhelmed, because some uses for the meters could have saved them from that pressure. Ooh, what a 5k pickup.
Excellent pickup in the corner, and now going to use Sword's pressure. Oh! Ooh! Really good reaction there.
Yeah,
definitely would have gotten hit by that.
If you leave enough space, you're definitely throwable there, especially if you're like right in their face. But Mick says, you know what, I can still anti-air you and make you explode for it, so I'm scared.
It's a really cheeky PRC pickup there as well. I would not have made it. Really good presence of mind also from Mick here to like throw only a single sword to make sure they have all the pressure they need to keep going with a follow-up and get the full combo off. Alright. Man, Mick just kind of running rampant here. Oh, that's an excellent pickup there off the air counter hit.
Really, with the 5k. I am wondering right now, looking at this match and sort of considering Eno's options, if she's still paying the tax for being the boss in Guilty Gear XX. That boss was really, really crazy. But yeah, right now, good offense from Celeb. Finds the knockdown. Doesn't get her knocked out, though. So just kind of like happy to hang out there.
Something I'm curious about. Is there a reason we're not seeing a lot of HCL coming out of Celeb here? Any reason that you could think of? Because, like, HCL seems like a really good option to use against Ram who wants to run at you from the air or, like, keep threatening the mid-screen. I know that there's something up with HCL these days where it whiffs on a lot of low-profile characters, but...
What a reaction. What a reaction. When you say PXCL, which special are you talking about? Because I'm not
HCL, Horizontal Chemical Love.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Maybe they just don't want to throw out that option with so much recovery. Because yes, it has a good air control, but at the same time, throwing a button an option like that with the button that Ram has, where she can sort of like force you to get punished after. I don't know. Maybe they're just scared.
Maybe it's just something about the matchup that I don't know that they do. Excellent. That 5k is putting in work this match. Yeah,
the South American community will be happy about La Chancellor. It's the name for the slippers doing the work.
Oh, I can't believe Celeb burst and got punished for the burst after it hit. That breaks my goddamn heart to see. Oh, Ram is definitely the boss character of this game. I don't care what anyone says about Saul.
Yeah, Ram is really, really good. I think Saul is just a little bit more direct. What a 6p as well.
Yep.
Not touching Nick right now. I am going back to what I was saying before. I would like to see Celeb use the meter a little bit more offensively, especially with a character with such good control and pressure and lockdown.
I've seen a lot of interesting RCs come out, but I feel like you're right. Like Reversal Super or even like just Megalomania. Almost said the wrong thing there. On Wake Up could be something very threatening here that Nick would have to respect.
Okay,
I don't think it's a single one of those mixes. Like, Alright. This is probably it?
Yeah, Calvados will lead through those guts like they are at an awful, at an awful convention. See all the ways that we could cook offals here. Guts, just right for you. Cooked and grilled and fried.
Alright, in your opinion here, what's the adjustment Celeb needs to make? What kind of change to their offense do they need to start investing in to get through this Ram assault that they're undergoing?
I would say that it's a lot of the time is about preventing Mick from jumping a lot. That is kind of like a characteristic of run defense, where a lot of people, especially at high level, jump back a lot because they know that if they leave the ground, if they're allowed to leave the ground, they press buttons and they can do a lot of damage. They can control a lot of range. So, wow.
That's cheeky. 6H.
Speaking of controlling, letting, like, avoiding the people jump back, Mick is like exactly showing us what Celeb should be doing.
We're seeing some antidepressant scale use here. Really good. Like, this is something that we hadn't been seeing before. Maybe this was the key factor, is just throwing out that note and trying to lock down the jump out.
Okay. Ooh, unfortunately, it gets punished, not active until the knee.
That was Megalo... Oh, yeah, you're right, that was that one. I thought it was Megalomania for some reason. Good use of the 6P there. 6P, HCL.
Yeah, done it 2 times in a row. And see, they've exploited very well the meter right now, commanded the sort of the reversal options, and forced the Mick to double gas to block, or even to just, get hit by stuff. So either that, or you have to take it the other way around, where you just escape the mix-ups with guaranteed YRCs and then get to play your game. Because, plus 10 for her is huge with the movement and mixes that she has.
Oh, God. This is probably it. Gonna build enough meter, and no, just explosions.
It's very, very convincingly. Unfortunately, because I think the big counter hit that decided this was a challenge on the second Rekka being punishable by itself, but the delay of the third actually caught their button. Usually, if you want to challenge like that, you might want to do it with an invincible move. There we go. So we're going to move to the second matchup when we can get, the switch player and the setup happening. While we do that, you can actually press buttons, even though you're not playing. And you know what? All those buttons are plus and have literally no drawback. So you go onto our match arena. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons to be pressed. And you can donate absolutely for free by authenticating either with your Twitter, with your Twitch. So if you're watching the stream and you have an account, you already have a way to contribute for the players and for everyone being involved. Really, like, I don't think anybody gets money from the stuff, but it's good to know that the work we put in as a team supports the player and supports who really makes the action happen, right? So everyone will be happy if you press those buttons. Also, there will be raffles at the end of the season. We can talk a little bit more about that later on. But yeah, Sinjul has some stretch goals for raffles for donations as well. So if you want to donate directly, you will be entered into a raffle for every €5, I believe, that you donate. There we go. There's the graphics, and we're not too far from the first stretch goal. If you like Melty Blood Lumina, there's going to be a marathon. So maybe you can ask Sinjul and the German community and whoever is going to be involved to teach you the game as soon as it comes out, right?
This will actually be my first time sitting down and playing Melty Blood proper, given the fact that I completely avoided it when it was Actress again, because the interface for getting games scared me.
Okay.
Look, it was just very unfriendly, and it was just a weird interface, but I've always been interested in playing a bit of Melty Blood, the progenitor to the Undernight series, and also the weird depth that you can go into with that game is always really thrilling. So having this kind of stream to kick people off would be really, really helpful for helping new players get into the game, especially, I think.
It's funny that you mentioned Under Night with the interface and sort of, the impact of the interface and things, because I will be moving soon to Italy. So I will be in a place where I have no locals whatsoever, and I can sort of focus on what I want to have from fighting games and the ways I want to have fun with. And the moment I enter and Under Night with the main menu theme, I just keep on vibing. So like I might be learning the game just because that team slaps too hard. If you
to be fair, the main menu theme for Under Night, all music now available on Spotify, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Right.
I have a premium for it.
Yeah, same. The main theme for that game just slaps. It's a delight. But yeah, well played to both the players for the first set.